Bert Martinez with this special edition of Money for Lunch. We're going to be talking to Chris Kelso, who's a mortgage and real estate expert. And we're going to be talking about what's happening with the real estate market since last year. Chris, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me on board.
Well, tell us what's going on, generally speaking, in the market right now.
Well, the market on a national level is still very challenged out there. There's some areas that if you look at, and especially California, Florida, Nevada, has a lot of challenges to it. There's a lot of inventory still available. Financing is a lot harder to get than ever before.
Okay.
We're broadcasting out of Houston, though, and so you do have some anomalies in the market as well. Texas has traditionally been very strong. Houston, in particular, has been very strong.
Now, I understand that Texas, we happen to have, I think, 4 or 5 out of the best cities currently are happen to be here in Texas. Is that correct?
That is correct. That is correct. I would say if you look at the top cities in Texas, you've got Houston, you have Dallas, you have San Antonio, Austin. Actually, El Paso, believe it or not, is one of the better areas to be looking out of right now in reference to appreciation value, real estate value right there. Houston in particular, I was actually interviewing an individual the other day, or speaking with an individual the other day, who said that Houston has actually experienced a year-over-year appreciation of 9.1% market overall.
In the last 24 months?
In the last 12 months, actually. And if you compare that to the national numbers that are out there right now, I think the national numbers are showing that, market depreciation of about 9%, 9 to 10%, if you look at that. So Houston is really that anomaly. Texas in general is really that anomaly that we've been seeing right now.
Okay, well, speaking of rates and appreciation, tell us what's going on with rates.
Rates are still very low. I tell everybody, rates have been at an all-time low for the past 12 months, probably going into the past 18 months. It's a great time to be looking at either refinancing or purchasing a home because of that. Where are they going to be in the future? And that's what most of the customers and everyone wants to find out right there is they will be going up. It's impossible to sustain the rates at the level that they are right now. Rates have been, for lack of a better word, sort of artificially deflated or lowered due to the fact that the federal government is purchasing so many mortgage-backed securities. But with that due to end or stop by the end of next month, we're going to see that the market's going to grab more of a natural tendency to move up as the demand for mortgages sort of hit that capitalization, or more importantly, that market with everyone can sort of see where everything goes right there.
And currently, what are rates right now?
The average 30-year fix is about a 5%. The average 15 years is probably about a 4.5%. It's always a tricky question, though, because you have FHA loans, you have VA loans, you have conventional loans, and then it depends on credit scores and loan to value. But in general, 5% on a 30 and about a 4.5% on a 15.
Any speculation as to where they're going to go besides up?
They're going to be going up. They will be going up. I would say if you look at rates where they stand today and where they're going to be at the end of this year, they're probably going to be in around a 6% on the 30-year fixed, and I would imagine the 15-year to be in the mid-5s.
Gotcha. Is now a good time to buy a house?
Now's a great time to buy a house.
Okay.
I tell everybody the following, and this is very important for everyone to note. The best time to buy and or sell a home is when it's right for you. In other words, I can't tell you because rates are very low right now you need to buy or sell your home. If it's not right for you, it's not going to be the right time for you to put that home on the market or to buy a new one. But anyone who's sitting on the sideline and saying, well, I want to wait till rates get lower. I want to wait until inventory is tighter or it becomes more of a buyer's market. You know what? You're never going to have that perfect scenario out there. Now is a very good time. You have a couple of very good incentives. You have an $8,000 first-time home buyer incentive that's out there for you. You have rates that are right now still an all-time low on an average 30-year fix being at 5%. You have in certain areas of the country some available inventory that you can get at some incredible prices, especially if you're looking in Florida and Nevada and California. Even in Texas, you still have some very good deals. So it's a great time to buy in general, but again, it goes back to when's the best time for you to buy, and only you can answer that question.
Great. That's a really good advice. So tell me what you see happening with RESPA.
Well, RESPA, and for those who don't know, is the Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act. RESPA has actually come in and really tried to put more of a control in regards to the lending process. RESPA governs real estate in all different aspects right there, and from a mortgage side, which is where I really come from, RESPA has changed a couple of key items in regards to disclosures, in regards to your good faith estimate, and more importantly, in regards to the settlement statement that you get from a title company. What they're trying to do now is let a customer who's going to go shop for a loan have a way to look at their good faith estimate and be able to compare lender to lender to truly see, is this truly a comparable situation I'm getting into from lender A, B, and C, and what truly do my fees look like across the board. Traditionally speaking, last year when I would prepare a good faith estimate, and it would have certain fees on there, origination fees and underwriting fees and processing fees, but there were other fees that were left off of there. Okay, not necessarily for me, even though we all go through this, unfortunately, but some fees that were left off on there, and I would get a competing quote, or my customer would get a competing quote from somebody else, and those fees would look completely different. And it might be that I called the title company and got the correct fees, but they didn't.
Right.
What RESPA has really tried to do is say, lender, you must provide a good faith estimate and stick to the rules that you provided on those good faith estimates. And if you're going to tell a customer that they're going to close under this scenario, under these fees, there's certain tolerances now that you cannot be without.
So RESPA is making these good faith estimates kind of true to their word.
Absolutely.
Wow, that would be a nice switch.
It's a very nice switch. They're really making it true to the word. What we're going through right now is sort of an education process, which I think this show is great for. We're actually having to go through and educate all of our customers right now on how to read the new good faith estimates and how to truly go and shop for a loan on lender A, B, and C. But,
now, hold on
the
a second.
change is really
I
good.
want to switch with you because we're running out of time.
Okay.
Okay, in the future, there's been a lot of rumors that the commercial industry this year is doomed to hit some flat spots or literally spiral out of control. What are your thoughts on what's happening in the commercial industry?
The commercial side does have some challenges to it, and they're going to continue to have a little bit more challenges to it. If you notice, in fact, there was an article that came out just the other day that said that Simon Properties, for example, one of the largest commercial REITs out there, is actually going to look at acquiring General Growth Properties, who happens to be another big real estate investment trust that manages a lot of the malls. So we're going to see that real estate is going to start hitting that bump this year. However, the one thing that did happen over the past year and a half is that lending was all but suspended in a lot of the commercial side of things. So we've seen that there haven't been a lot of new buildings going up in general. A lot of the new buildings that were planned to go up have been taken off the market or suspended indefinitely. So we're going to see right now some changes. We're going to see that a lot of these commercial properties out there who are in some unfavorable terms in reference to financing are going to be suffering. We're seeing some of the bigger companies out there are starting to consolidate right now. We will see a little hit in the commercial market. My personal opinion, though, it's not going to be as heavy, I think, as what's forecasted to be, but we will see some definite hits in that market.
Okay, thank you, Chris, very much. That's what's happening in real estate. Again, our guest, Chris Kelso. Thank you very much.
Thank you.